Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, I will be discussing my video game experience with a very specific game. This game being Dragon Adventures. The journey started this past summer in July. I was bored at visiting my mom's house and I decided I was going to play a game that my friend, I'm gonna call her Liz, introduced me to. It's a game that I had joined many times before but never really played for that long, probably like 5 minutes, and I never really made any progress on it. Until I finally did. I started by collecting Skeletors, which are a skeleton type dragon if you didn't know, and at the time, I thought they were really difficult to get, but they actually weren't. It was just because I was new that they seemed difficult. And this was about the time when they were worth 30k each. In the end, I ended up collecting about 8 or 9 of them. I thought I was the rarest person in the world, until I decided I was going to trade all 8 of them for something bigger. And in the end, I ended up getting a 3-mutt bat. Mutations add worth to a dragon, if you didn't know, and bats were worth way more than they are now. Probably around 300k coins. And I loved the heck out of that bat. I spent all of my money changing colors, making the materials look good, etc. I kind of forgot what happened, but not too long after that, I got a dragon that was high demand, which was a bun, one of the most overrated dragons of all time. And then I traded that for probably one of my biggest wins ever. I got a legendary colored 4-mutt solar. It's kind of sad when it comes to the solar because it used to be like the rarest dragon in the game and now it's not. So for them, they're actually really hard to trade off now, and they're worth basically nothingness. I'm joking, they're worth something. They're just not worth a lot. But it is sad that I traded that one away as well. I have a bad habit of saying I'll keep onto something in a game, and then I end up trading it because it's my only good thing. But I don't do that anymore. I'm super attached when I want it. So I forgot what happened there, but somehow, somewhere, only 3 months after I had originally joined, I ended up getting a different dragon called a Veery, which is super surprising because many people say it took them like a year or two to get this Veery from the time that they first started playing. Meanwhile, it took me like 3 months. Probably because I'm an epic grinder of sorts. And again, a dragon I loved the heck out of, but this was back when I still traded the dragons I loved. So I traded that Veery for what actually ended up being a win in the end. So I had small regrets, yes, but something big was about to happen in this game. I ended up getting a Veery again because I missed my other one too much, but that was the wrong thing to do because the Veerys ended up returning to the game, making all that worth that I had luckily worked up to drop. I lost about 1.5 to almost 2 million coins worth. That was heartbreaking. I didn't really trade back up from that to this very day. I'm currently stuck with a full mutt, legendary colored Volcamos, if that's how you pronounce it. I don't know, some of these dragons have crazy names, but a Volk. I'm stuck with it. I can't trade it because the worth has got too crazy. Ever since all of these other things came out, ever since the remodels of certain dragons, ever since seasons ended up coming back, worth has been through the roof. I am trying my best
to work up towards my dream dragon. A dragon that I would never trade again in 10 million years, because I used to have it, I made the mistake of trading it, and I have deep regrets. I am frustrated with the game because of how it is right now. You'll have everyone's dream dragon always being the expensive one. And I'm not saying it's expensive as in if you can't even sorry, I'm frustrated. You can't even trade up to this level. Okay? The dragon I want. It's called a casi. I know. If you've played Dragon Adventures, you probably know it's one of the most overrated dragons of all time. I don't care that it's overrated. I want one. I used to have a full mutt one. I want one. Again, and I'd never trade it. Because again, I'm better at this now. I can't even trade up to that. It used to be around 2 million, which is why I started working up to it. Somehow, somewhere, when the new cat dragon, I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm just gonna spell it out because I can't pronounce it. I'm just gonna call it the cat dragon, but its nickname is like Moix. I can't pronounce that at all. As simple as it is, it's probably not that simple. But the cat dragon, ever since that came out, worth just skyrocketed out of the roof. Suddenly, I can't afford anything. The casi went from 2 million, which is where I almost was. I am now almost actually. To like 3.5 million to 5.5 million. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm nowhere close. My volk plus my 3 battle potions, which are the only things that are actually worth anything that I can trade together, are only worth about 1.8 million. How am I supposed to get a casi with that? The game has its struggles. Its worth never stays consistent, and the economy keeps crashing no matter how much people try to help. And by people, I mean the devs. And I feel really bad for them because they get talked down upon all the time for their economy crashing, for certain things happening in the game, and that's just something that they can't control. And I just want to apologize to them because they get so much crap for something that they actually can't control. They can control a lot, but this is something that they can't. Instead, the economy, I'm sorry for all Dragon Adventures players if you're watching this, if you're as angry as I am, but this is for the ones who've attacked or blamed the devs for this. I'm sorry to tell you, but the economy is crashing because of our decisions, not the devs. Bringing the events come around anyway. Bringing the seasons back were not a bad idea, because if they didn't bring them back, the seasons would have just become more and more expensive. The way they're doing it, the seasons will one day return to their regular worth and more. Because yes, the seasons are going to still come back. The Allah is still going to come back probably another time. But how they're doing it, it's going to make it even longer of a wait every single time. So instead of them coming back every other year, it might come back every 3 years and longer until the point where they won't come back. So they'll get more and more expensive over time, which I think is a smart way to do it. And I'm thinking it's making many people realize sometimes what they want is not for the best, because I remember people complaining for them to return. And then it happened. And then the whole economy crashed. So, well, that's my experience of Dragon Adventures. I still play it a lot, actually. It's one of my favorite games ever. Everything's inflating in that game right now. Inflation is horrible with it. just know, and fellow Dragon Adventures players, if you want to reach out to me, I'll put my personal email in the description. So if anyone who relates or wants to talk or has an offer for my dang volk, anyone wants to, they can. And I'm sorry for ranting. I just need people other than the wiki to hear this, because the wiki, I barely got any comments. The one comment I got on my rant was about my art, wasn't even related to my rant. The wiki seemed to be ignoring me as of right now, but that's okay. Alright. Hope you like the speed paint. Goodbye.